Hello everyone, welcome back. Fifth grade. It's so good to be here this new week. I'm super happy. I'm with my new chair and I'm also with this new decoration about Christmas because it's almost Christmas and it smells like Christmas for me. And this is my favorite season, so I hope you enjoy this. I'm going to be adding more decorations because I think it needs more like more colors and more things to decorate. But welcome back. I'm really happy to be here and thank you for sending me your activities the last week. If you're missing some activities about the last week, you can send them because you are on time. Please try not to get delayed. Intenta que no te quedes muy atrasado con las tareas. Trata de estar siempre al día para que no te atrases. So today we're to do activities on the workbook, and these activities are about Unit 3, helping others. And yes, we are going to start by doing a review about the activities that we did the last week. Last week we did activities on the workbook on pages 27 and 28 about future going to, and then we did this activity that was for the notebook and it was also about going to. Remember that to make answers, questions or sentences with going to, you need to pay attention to the subject and choose between the correct option of the verb to be, am, is or are. This is super important. If you don't know when are you going to use am, is or are, please tell me, teacher, I don't understand, I don't know when to use am, is or are. I don't understand. You may tell me and I'll help you, of course. So today we are going to start by doing a review about the letters, about the parts of a letter. Remember that we've been writing formal letters, and here I have an example. Like this is like the example I showed you the last week, but this time we are going to review this, and it says like November 6, 2020. Dear Principal, I have an idea for a new school club. This is going to be super interesting for all the parents and also the students. The club is a languages club and we could learn different languages, stories, culture and information about other countries around the world. To make this possible, we could have different fundraising activities such as cake sales or virtual concerts. I think this is a great idea because it's always good to know about information of other countries. I hope you take this in consideration. Yours sincerely, Marcela Rodriguez, grade 5th. So, here as you can see, the first part of my formal letter is the date, November 6th, 2020. The greeting, dear Principal, okay, dear Daniel, dear Hugo, dear Isabella, okay, dear Carlos, etc. A greeting, de saludo, okay, this is the first part that you are going to write in here. Then you have the body, la parte principal de nuestra carta, donde explicas todo. Puedes checar también el Students Book, donde tenemos otras partes que vienen como más detalladas, pero aquí nos vamos a enfocar en las actividades que vamos a hacer hoy del workbook. Then we have in here the closing. Ahora vamos como que ya cerrando el tema en sí. I think this is a great idea because it's always good to know information about other countries. I hope you take this in consideration. Like, I'm closing, ya estoy como que cerrando lo que voy a decir, es todo lo que voy a decir. And then we have the signature, la firma. Yours sincerely, Marcela Rodriguez, grade 5th. Now, and this is important for you. If you have this, please take and copy this on your notebook because it's going to be like pretty helpful. And so now we can go to the activities on the workbook. The activities that we have on the workbook are on pages 29 and 30, and we have that it looks like a lot, but it is not. So first of all, we have activity 18, and it says complete the sentences with the correct words in the box. Then we have depressed, residents, population, and retirement. If you don't know this vocabulary, you can find it on the internet or use a dictionary. So we have these sentences, and you are going to complete, of course, with the words from the box. Activity 19 says, look at page 35 of the student's book, page 35. I open my student's book on page 35, so I'm going to be able to do this activity. 35, and this is the reading that you are going to check. Okay, so it looks like this a little bit, if you can see it. So, and then when you open it, you read it, and you are going to circle yes or no, depending on the reading. Okay, now when you finish this, you can go to activity 20, and it says, how could young people help other people in your community? You might give me some different ideas. Por favor, intenten escribir más de una idea para que tengamos ideas variadas. Use your imagination, try to think about some different activities and some different ways that you can help older people here in Mexico or also here in Merida. And like, for example, these old people that don't have like family, how could you help them? What could you do to help them? And then we're going to go to page 30. In page 30 we have this, and it's the explanation that I already gave you, and it says, a well-written letter is well organized and contains clear ideas. It always includes the date, a greeting such as, Dear Mr. Smith, the body of the letter, a closing such as, sincerely or best wishes. Not necessarily needs to be yours sincerely or sincerely. It can be like best wishes or something like that. Or for example, some people, if you are writing a letter for a relative or a friend, you can say, love you always, or something like that. Yeah. Your signature is your name. No exactamente tu firma, puede ser tu nombre igual. The letter in this unit offers suggestion. When you write a letter that gives a suggestion, the body of the letter talks about. So it means that in this unit we are talking about giving ideas about fundraising money and doing this kind of activities to help others, like the name of the unit says. And it means that there's a little bit of difference between a formal letter, a normal formal letter, and the letters that we are writing with suggestions about fundraising money and this kind of activities. And it talks about your idea or suggestion, like in my example, how people can carry out the idea or why the idea is important. It's not necessary to have all these three, but mostly yes. Okay, activity 21. Now we are going to practice this that we already reviewed. We have body, closing, date, greeting, and signature. Now you have this activity in here, and you are going to check it. Like, and this is a letter, and you have number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and you're going to read like May 10, 2014. Dear Mr. Green, I think that the school should raise money to help the houses for all charity. Okay, and you read this, la vas a leer completa, vas a prestar atención, so you are going to complete by using this. You can look at the examples and also the example that I gave you before. So activity 21, Look at 22. Look at 21. Circle the answers in the letters. What's the suggestion? What is Teresa Lee's suggestion? What is her idea to do? What is she telling us to do in her letter? Number 2. How can people carry out the idea? What can we do to make this possible? What is she telling us? And why is the idea important? Okay, she's giving us an idea, but she's also telling us what should we make this possible. What is it important? So that's it for today. Don't forget to send this with your name and also the date, and I'll see you tomorrow. Try to be on time. I'll be waiting to meet you right here as always. I'll see you. Goodbye.